Hello and welcome to my kitchen at home. Now I don't know about you, but I cannot start my day without a good strong cup of coffee. I absolutely love the smell, the taste, and I love getting a bit of a caffeine hit in the morning. So I thought I would combine coffee with one of my other favourite flavours, caramel, to make chocolate caramel cupcakes. Now this cupcake has a few cool elements to it. It's got a really yummy coffee caramel buttercream, and I'm also going to fill it with coffee caramel, and I'm going to top it with some really delicious coffee brittle. So I've actually made those things already. So for the brittle, I got my sugar and my water, for which the quantities are in the description box below, so check those out. I got that to a kind of amber colour over a medium heat, and when it was done, I added my butter, stirred it all around until all the bubbles had subsided, and then I poured it onto this silpat and just sprinkled chopped up espresso beans as a kind of crunchy treat. So that's just sitting there cooling down now, and I'll snap that up later. And for the coffee caramel, that was also super easy. I heated some cream in a pan over a medium heat just to almost boiling point, then added some instant coffee powder and a bit of vanilla and stirred that until it was all combined. And then in a separate pan, I got my caramel together. So I had my sugar and my water, got that to a deep amber colour, and then when that was ready, I took it off the heat and poured the cream and the coffee in with that, mixed it all about until all the bubbles were gone, and then that was ready, and I just let that cool down until it's kind of gone this lovely thick consistency, and I'll be using that to fill the cupcakes and make the buttercream. So all the quantities for those recipes are in the description box below, so check those out. But now I'm going to get on with making the sponge, and it's just going to be a really simple coffee sponge. So I'm going to start by putting 125 grams of self-raising flour through my sieve, along with the same amount of caster sugar and 1/4 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. Then I'm going to add 125 grams of soft unsalted butter and 2 large free-range eggs, and then I'm just going to get that onto the mixer and mix it on a medium speed for about a minute. And once it's had a minute, you can then add your coffee. Now I've made a really super strong espresso, and I'm going to add 1.5 tablespoons. And then just whack the speed up and beat it for about 30 seconds. That smells pretty coffee-y and it's ready to go. So I've already got my 12-hole cupcake pan lined with paper cases, and I'm going to evenly distribute my mixture among each of them. Right, these just need to go into the oven at 170 degrees C for 20 to 22 minutes. While my cakes are baking, I'm going to make my delicious buttercream. So I'm going to start by beating my butter. I've got 200 grams of soft unsalted butter. I'm going to beat that for about 5 minutes. My buttercream is looking really nice and pale, and it's very important to give it that time to go pale, otherwise you'll end up with kind of yellow buttercream, which is a bit gross. And also, I have done a buttercream masterclass video, so you should check that out. It will answer your questions such as, why is my buttercream grainy, for example. But for now, I'm going to add my icing sugar, and I have 320 grams of icing sugar. I've already sifted it, and I'm going to put it in 2 stages, beating very well in between each one. Alright, that is looking really good, and now I'm going to add the caramel, and I'm going to add half of the caramel that I made because I'm going to save the rest for filling the cupcakes. So just give that 3 or 4 minutes on a high speed just to make sure all the caramel is really well incorporated and it's a nice fluffy buttercream. Oh yeah, that is looking, smelling and tasting pretty darn yummy. So my cakes haven't quite come out of the oven yet, so I'm going to clear the decks, put this in a piping bag, and then I will be assembling these cupcakes. All my bits and bobs are ready. My cakes are cool, my caramel's in a piping bag, my buttercream's in another piping bag with a nice big fat round nozzle on it. I've also broken up my brittle, so that's ready to use. And to top it all off, I have melted some chocolate because I'm going to dip these guys in chocolate. But first things first, I need to make some room for my caramel. And now I'm going to fill those with my yummy coffee caramel. And now they get a topping of buttercream. I already want to eat them, but I think we can do a bit better than this, so I'm going to dip these in my melted chocolate. Now, depending on how soft your icing feels, you might feel like you want to put these in the fridge for a few minutes just to firm them up before you dip them. And now I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of my yummy Coffee Brittle on top. And that is it. That's my delicious coffee caramel cupcake, all the C's, and I cannot wait to eat it. Let's have a little nibble. Wow. Coffee hit. That is delicious. Really, really strong coffee flavour. Not too strong. Really yummy caramel. Crunchy, brittle, big time crunch. Because of all those espresso beans. That is lovely. And it's going to give me a little buzz. Well, if you like that video and if you like coffee, then check out my tiramisu video. It's got a coffee flavour as well, but slightly different, really yummy. So the link to that is on the screen now. And please do subscribe to my channel. And if you haven't clicked on your bell, if you've subscribed, then you may be missing out on quite a lot of my videos. So make sure you click on the bell. It's like a super subscribe button, and then you'll get notifications every time I upload. I'll see you next week, so see you then. Bye.